Carla Jones is in the house. We're talking about conscious leadership on Friday Feels, because we know all relationships start within, and we're not conscious. It's not going to work out so well, right?
Exactly. So, yeah. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming.
Tell us a little bit about your journey into becoming a conscious leader.
So I'm a conscious leadership coach. I help executives find that part of them that they've lost over the years of massive achievement. We get really connected to our awards, our accolades, our bank accounts, and so the leaders often reach that point where they're not connected to themselves anymore. And so that's where I step in. And my own journey is similar to that. I started out in IT, and I was an executive by the time I was 32. And I burnt out. And I had 2 kids at home. My little one wouldn't even talk to me anymore. And, stuff with my husband was also strained. And, back then I didn't really know about coaching or this world. And so I had no one to go to. And I burnt out. And I eventually just quit my job and went back to school, became a chef, followed my childhood dream, which was to be creative. And so I went back to school, did the chefing thing, became a sommelier, eventually had my own catering business, had a TV show, which I absolutely loved. And then we moved to Ireland, which is where I live now, and started over again, got into nutrition, and that's what got me into coaching. So I started nutrition coaching, wellness coaching, and then went back to my roots in the corporate world.
Isn't it incredible how, even creating a life you love, that evolves? Mm-hmm. It evolved into, going back to school to be a chef. It evolved into a TV show. It evolved into coaching. And I think so many times people get held back by maybe not having a clear vision for what they want their future to be.
Yeah, and that's perfectly all right. Life is a journey, and our motivators in life keep changing, right? So my motivators at 18 were not the same as now that I'm a mom. So it's okay to have that journey. Not everybody has that crystal clear clarity from day one. And like you said, we're just evolving creatures. So I wanted to be in IT. I was in IT. Then I wanted to be a creative. I got into food. And now I want to help people have much better lives.
So how do you effectively and efficiently do that? How do you help these leaders, whether they're parents or whether they're in the corporate world, reconnect or rediscover their authentic self?
So everyone comes to me a little different. Most of my clients, they're CEOs, high-powered executives, entrepreneurs, and they've reached that point where the achievement that they get from their business just isn't enough anymore. And when they come to me, a lot of them are suffering from anxiety, from depression, from feeling unfulfilled in that day-to-day, right? A lot of them, so some of the symptoms they'll come to me with is they're not connected to their spouse anymore, or they're not spending quality time with their children. They kind of feel like life is just going by, and they're still trying to make the next $1 million or whatever, but it doesn't mean anything to them anymore. So they've lost that meaning. And depending on what they're willing to go into or how much communication they're willing to give me, we take a path for them, and it's all bespoke, right? So and everybody's different. I work a lot with, I meditate a lot and journal a lot. So I try to get them to have those kind of practices that bring internal clarity. And most people by month 6, they get a really clear vision of what's important to them. And by month 12, they're rocking it. Their life is completely different. So I have clients, for instance, who when they come to me, they're working 80-hour weeks, they're stressed out, their health is going down the toilet. And a year later, they've restructured their businesses. They're working on their business, not in their business. And they're not an employee of themselves. And they're working maybe 2-3 hours a week and having someone else manage the business for them. And they just feel relaxed. They feel reconnected to their spouses. They have a great relationship with their kids, and their health gets a lot better as well.
Lovely.
Fantastic.
So funny how some people are just dying to get to be the CEO. They're trying to get there, and then once they get there, they're trying to be back to the basics, and it's really
Well, we live in a society that really treasures stuff, spending, toys, and we always have to look on the inside. We don't really learn that so much as children. I mean, we're told, but we don't learn it. It's it's part of the process we have to kind of evolve into,
right.
And most people look for that appreciation or on the outside. And so I try to, what I work on is getting my clients to get it from the inside.
Nice. Well, where can people find you?
So I'm everywhere on social media, Carla M Jones Coach. So that's Carla with a C, and it's M for magnificent. And my website, carlamjones.com.
Wonderful. Thank you
you
so
so much.
much.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll bring it back.